Ted Cruz.
Thank you, Chris. It's always great to be with you.
Wisconsin Governor Scott Walker.
Hey, thanks for having us on. I appreciate it very much.
The Newsmakers.
Folks like Peter Schweitzer.
Hey, Chris, it's great to be on with you.
Ann Coulter.
Great to be here, Chris. Thank you.
And the day's top stories with spot-on analysis.
Their first concern is not for the security and safety of the people of this country. Their first concern is protecting their left-wing behinds.
The Chris Salcedo Show on the Voice of Texas.
KSEV and its advertisers want to thank you, the listeners, for all your continued support. Without you supporting our advertisers, there would not be a Voice of Texas. We stand behind our clients, and if you're looking to boost and grow your business, join the great team at KSEV and its loyal audience by calling a member of our sales staff at 281-588-4800. That's 281-588-4800. KSEV, loyal listeners and dependable advertisers are the Voice of Texas.
You're listening to the Voice of Texas, AM 700 KSEV Tomball and AM 1540 KGBC Galveston.
News this hour from Town Hall. I'm John Scott. The aftermath of a catastrophic earthquake. Venezuelan leader Delcy Rodriguez says the death toll has surpassed 900 with close to 3,000 injured.
In cities across northern Venezuela, neighbors help each other dig through rubble to search for loved ones after back-to-back earthquakes killed nearly 600 people and left thousands injured. Acting President Delcy Rodriguez announced the new toll early Friday, surrounded by government and military officials, as she welcomed the arrival of rescue crews from all over the world. We're going to rescue the people who are trapped, she said. We're working tirelessly on this task. The number of casualties is expected to climb, with thousands reported missing and frantic rescue efforts continuing. Rodriguez adds crews have rescued dozens of people, saying it brings us joy that they can embrace their families and loved ones. I'm Charles de Ledesma.
SRN News and our parent company Salem Media are partnering with Christian nonprofit Food for the Poor to rush emergency aid to victims of this tragedy. Listeners wanting to help can find an online banner at the top of our website at srnnews.com. President Trump delivering remarks today at a conservative policy conference at the Washington Hilton. This is the same hotel where a man tried to assassinate him at the White House Correspondents' Dinner earlier this year. The president also addressing a new incident in the Middle East.
President Trump says Iran launched at least 4 attack drones at ships transiting the Strait of Hormuz, calling the incident a violation of the ceasefire agreement. 1 drone hit a cargo ship while 3 others were shot down. The ship was damaged but continued on its route. Willie Nelson, Washington.
Texas Public Schools requiring students to read Bible stories under a reading list approved by the state's education board. The required reading list approved by the Texas State Board of Education widens conservative efforts to bring more Christian teachings. More at townhall.com.
You've probably heard all those ads for life insurance. Just a few dollars a day, apply online in minutes, no medical exam. Simple, easy, and cheap, right? Now you're thinking, maybe I should get a quote. Well, smart thinking. Everyone should have life insurance. But here's what they don't tell you. Those few dollars a day rates, they're for young people in perfect health. That's why everyone calls Big Lou the 50 to 60-year-old not-so-perfect candidate. Like you. You take prescription meds and you're overweight. Winner, winner, fried chicken dinner. Well, Big Lou works with life insurance companies that want people like you, with no surprises after you apply. In fact, if you're a 50-year-old guy with a few health glitches, Lou could probably find you $1 million of term life coverage for about $200 a month. So, yeah, you need life insurance. But unless you're young and healthy, you gotta call Big Lou, because he's like you, older, heavier, and on meds, too. Get a quote right now at 800-555-2085, 800-555-2085, or biglou.com.
In consumer news, Apple hiking prices for Macs and iPads, citing a memory chip shortage brought on by artificial intelligence.
The Cupertino, California-based company calls the demand spike an unprecedented challenge for the consumer electronics industry. Among the increases, a new entry-level MacBook Neo will now cost $699, up from $599. And the 1 terabyte MacBook Pro is $1,999, up from $1,699. Analysts expect iPhone prices to rise later in the year. Rich Thomason reporting.
J.P. Morgan Chase promotes Doug Petno and Troy Rohrbaugh to co-presidents, positioning them as potential successors to the bank's longtime CEO, Jamie Dimon. Marianne Lake, a previous contender, will retire at the end of the year. News and analysis at townhall.com. Australia could...
From the KSEV Weather Center, tonight expect mainly clear skies with high humidity. It'll be warm outside the stadium for the soccer match with a low temperature of 78. Tomorrow will bring mostly sunny skies and continued humidity with the high of 95. Tomorrow night, anticipate partly cloudy conditions with a low of 79. As for Sunday, it will be partly sunny and humid with a high reaching 93. With the KSEV Weather Center forecast, I'm AccuWeather meteorologist Jason Caterina.
Chris X here to tell you about Humble Amco transmission and AC specialists. People who know go to Amco. I personally trust Jay Streckfus and Humble Amco with all of my vehicle's needs. With complete car care, they'll take care of all of your auto needs as well. Always a free check engine light inspection, and tell them that Chris X sent you for a free engine scan. Call Jay today at 281-446-0862. That's 281-446-0862, or online at humbleamco.com.
Plumbing emergencies never happen at a convenient time. Usually they happen on the weekends, holidays, or while you're away on vacation. I'm Richard Sod, president of Nick's Plumbing. When you find yourself facing a plumbing emergency, call the licensed and experienced professionals at Nick's Plumbing and Sewer Services. Nick's Plumbing has been Houston's first choice for all your plumbing needs since 1979. Our experts can take your most difficult plumbing issues and fix them fast, fix them right, and usually for less than you'd expect. Nick's Plumbing and Sewer Services is the right choice for any plumbing job, from a leaky faucet, whole house repipe, or a complete sewer line replacement. You can count on Nick's Plumbing to do the job right. With over 40 years in business and over 150,000 satisfied customers, Nick's wants to be your plumbing company. Nick's Plumbing offers free estimates and free second opinions. Call Nick's Plumbing and Sewer Services, 713-868-9907, or visit us on the web, nicksplumbing.com.
MPL 38548.
Call Nick's Plumbing today. We're on the way.
Does your company have a cybersecurity writer? Are you compliant with its terms? If you're not sure, call Tactical Cyber Services for a free consultation. 713-229-0030 or go online to tacticalservices.com.
Ándale, amigos. That's right. It's Amigos Forever here on the Voice of Texas. Thanks for joining us on a hot but dry summer afternoon. You've got the tax man, El Senador Paul Betancourt at the helm, the soul man of the upcoming Strew Review, Ben Struzan, and the effervescent, ever-ready Judge Eric Andel.
Back from L.A.
Back from L.A., back from the...
65 degrees, thank you. That's back from that, yes.
Yeah, but you know, they're really chasing this billionaire tax out there, something fierce.
Chasing everybody out.
Yeah, I mean, did you see where Meg Whitman disappeared, Ben? She sold all of her stuff to move out.
She's not the only one. I mean, there are quite a few, and they're taking their companies with them. So
well, because, I mean, this is apparently... an absolute pure wealth tax, Ben.
Yeah, on unrealized income. So if you've got a small business that has a value and it's over the limit, and if its valuation is over the limit, but you haven't monetized it, you know, you could take a real hit in terms of writing a check.
So a non-cash flow hit.
Yeah.
What about stocks? Same thing?
Everything. Oh. Everything.
Apparently, the way the law
unrealized.
That's right. That is actually up, Eric. It's like add up everything you own, and send us a check for 5%. Now, I think it is triggered at what, $1 billion of wealth, or is it somewhere?
You know, I think it is $1 billion.
But the problem is, once something like gets started, the next thing is it drops, and it drops, and it drops. Now. Almost.
I mean, unrealized, all that has to add up to $1 billion?
Like if you had, a farm and you had a business, and you add the farm and the business, a valuation based on what the state says it's worth, and it goes over $1 billion, then you have to pay 5%. Even though
like
you have
a capital gains tax of sorts,
right? Yeah. So if you have
even worse,
it's an unrealized capital gains tax.
And why it's worse is because it's not even on the gain It's on how much you have. So you literally have somebody who will bust into your office and say, hey, you owe all this, write us a check for, I guess, Ben, $50 million, right? Because once you get
5%.
there, yeah, boom, you write a check for 50.
Well, haven't I heard some proposals that would
By the way, that's every year.
Yeah, right.
No, are they doing a one-time? I mean, it might be a one-time.
Really?
Yeah, because they have a budget deficit and they want to plug it, and they believe that. But they did make it retroactive, so they went back to January 1st, and they're trying to force people who are California residents.
Right.
So even though someone might have moved out afterward, I believe that.
They're
I think
trying
it's
to- now-
January 1st, 5, not 06.
Yeah, they're trying to make it retro.
Well, get Elon Musk on here so he can maybe explain all this
Well,
to
I think
us.
that's why
Because they were trying to nail it. That's probably trying to nail him.
Elon was long gone by then.
So,
But you have all these Silicon Valley, mega billion people there.
Well, but here's the real threat with all this. I think a lot of people, the internet's full of this. Hey, can I retire 0.1 million in my ESOP or my, all my accounts put together? Can I do that?
not if you have grandchildren.
Well, and the different. Well,
I can assure you.
I will give you a positive for that. But if that starts at that bracket, then the next thing it will be, well, let's do 100. Well, okay, great. In Harris County, there's like 19 billionaires and 210 to 100 millionaires. Oh, let's drop that down to 1 million, okay? And then you get a huge number of people in this.
Sure.
Right.
Value or just on hand?
No, just
cash?
value.
Just house prices alone.
I mean, house prices alone. Right.
To me, there's just something un-American about first you pay the tax on the income as you earn it, and so you've already paid tax on it once, and you've paid tax on everything else you've received based on that original, like if you earn interest on it or if it's a property and whatever, and then when you sell it you would pay tax, and now just to hold it you're going to pay a tax.
Well, I feel that way about my Social Security benefits. And we're still being taxed on that.
I think it's the first, $6,000 is tax-free at this point?
Well,
now, the campaigning was...
But I don't disagree with you.
The campaigning was
I don't
doing away with income tax on...
I don't disagree with you, so talk to Democrats and see why
talk to Trump, who promised it.
But they opposed it, Eric.
Wait a minute. Hold on. Now, look.
First 6,000 is...
The Trumpster, to set up the rest of the show, the Trumpster was at the...
Faith, Family, and Freedom.
Right, Faith, Family, and Freedom meeting where... Lieutenant Governor Patrick was presenting him the Religious Liberties Committee.
We watched it on TV live.
Did he actually, Dan, come out with it?
No, he spoke. He spoke in the Oval Office.
Oh, well, no, I saw that.
Oh, you saw that.
Okay, yeah, but I mean, Dan was there, right?
He spoke.
Yeah,
Dan
right.
did.
Oh, great.
He was the first speaker.
Right, because he's coming on the show sometime at the 5 o'clock.
Are you teasing the audience now?
I
Come
am
on
teasing
now.
the truth, because we didn't know when he was going to go. Because, the Trumpster can go a little bit long with these things.
And Paul, I got to tell you, I thought long and hard about, and I hope Dan's listening right now, about, sitting like
he's in D.C.
Sending out a boost, to Twitter and Facebook to let everybody know Dan Patrick was going to be on the show. And then I thought, I'm going to boost and tell everybody that I'm going to spend money to tell people that Dan Patrick's on his own radio station.
Okay, well, I did. Okay,
Did you boost
you
it?
You posted
everywhere?
it.
Yeah, I did it this morning. And it should have been boosted, but anyway, I did it so that because Dan's also got a podcast that he's starting and whatever. We'll talk to him about all of that. He'll show up after 5, but I thought it was interesting because we were having to figure out what hour could it possibly be, and I said, look, with the Trumpster, you always have to take at 1 hour and then add another hour. So because he was going on and on about this because Eric. They're godless communists. And that's really what's happening in California. Godless, communist.
I think it's
New
York City.
I started this conversation by telling you it was 65 degrees
You're
on
trying
the
to
beach.
be mellow, right?
And let me tell you something. If you got the money and you can afford to live out there, boy, oh boy.
Well, if you've got the money,
the
can you
temperature's
afford
so
to live
beautiful.
in New York? That's the question.
No, I don't know that you'd want to, as opposed to living on the West Coast where the weather is perfect year-round.
And that's what the big surge of the Democrat Socialists of America really is about, because a lot of the crew that voted DSA are making $52,000 annual income, which I assume is poverty line in New York. I don't know.
Probably.
Probably. Guys?
I would think. It's not. It's pretty high. I mean,
it's twice. That's twice poverty line here, or over twice. But it's got to be.
Oh, but the expense line is even higher.
Obviously.
Ben. So 52,000.
Ben, thank you for dialing in. Yes, I agree.
Did New York suffer the exodus like California? Did it really happen? They were threatening, all that stuff.
Well, it's a bleed. It's been a bleed. It's been going
on
for
for a long time.
Yeah,
right.
So the Citadel guy, there was the big brouhaha over taxing or double taxing property taxes of people that own homes. There were second homes, or that had second homes in New York, and they were like New York residents, but maybe they were in Florida and they come back to New York and they have a home. And so Mandami passed a tax that he was going to tax those kind of, I forgot what they called it. There was a funny name that was applied to second homes in New York. Because he was also spending $100 million on an office building in New York City that he was threatening to stop construction on and leave. So yeah, it was a brouhaha.
Well, now Ben, funny that you mentioned that, because I do have a post up right now about homestead exemption fraud that was based upon Charles Blaine's.
Yeah, we covered that on Sunday morning.
Last Sunday. Are you on this Sunday or not?
No, I am not on it, unfortunately.
I'm not either.
Yeah, that's right. Well, waking up that early is always tough. But Charles Blaine and Bill King are, and they're supposed to be calling in. Bill's for sure, but we got the bat light up for Charles Blaine.
Give me a little history of what you're talking about.
Well, basically, Charles Blaine took the property tax roll, effectively, or the appraisal roll, and ran AI on it to see how many people either had duplicate homestead exemptions or
claiming more than one home.
How many corporations had, which is really a surprising amount of fraud there.
Yeah, I'm just surprised people are surprised. Of course, people double claim that exemption all the time. They double claim other exemptions.
I hear that Craig Collins guy's got triple. He's on after us.
It's just not, to me, it's just, do a better job. The county, needs to do a better job of cleaning it up. End of story.
It's hard to
and if Charles Blaine can find it with a relatively simple AI program, the numbnuts down at the whoever's in charge of the appraisal district.
Well, it would be simple that if you had if there got to be one name, two addresses,
Eric,
but one name.
I already ran you. You only have one. I wanted to thank you. I checked
and everyone
you
else
out.
gets two?
Yeah, no, it doesn't.
Dang.
That's right.
I only have one. I only have one home. I've lost the other in settlements.
I get
Ben
it.
sold his place in Colorado. I don't know how many he has now. I can't remember.
Why is this news?
Well, what's interesting, Ben, I felt like I was in a flashback, because when Grugan called and said, he goes, I know that Uncle Paul's going to be pissed by this, and so I just
why? That's what I said.
No, and I said,
did you see my answer?
Yeah.
He asked me the same thing on air.
Yeah. So
he said,
why?
Well, you're sitting next to Paul. I bet he was really pissed, and I said, no, I think Paul wants to kick any fraudsters off the rolls that should be off the roll.
And that's what I did. Now, if you go to Vote Betancourt Facebook, you can see it. I've got it all posted. We'll have one of the guys on here next to talk about it, because I literally just reverted back to being the tax assessor when I used to do this, Eric. You remember I used to call out and say, you're cheating, stop cheating.
Yeah,
because
and,
you're going to get.
And while you're at it, get the dead people off the voter rolls while you're at it.
I did that. Yeah, right.
So there's
a pattern.
Surprise.
There's a pattern to Uncle Paul's past behavior.
Probably. Don't you think that happens a lot in like Galveston County, where they're claiming their beach home
everywhere
as their homestead?
Everywhere.
Right? Now,
what are they doing? Are they asleep at the
Ben.
wheel?
You're outing Ben.
He did it in Colorado.
I never did it. I've never done that.
No, but I'm saying that's where the most likely fraud would be.
Half the time I forget to put in my home.
It'd be hard.
Ben, having run for Congress twice, if he had done that he would have been outed like instantaneously. Boom.
It would seem to be hard to do it with two homes in the same county, but I could see a vacation home in the hill country or something. They
and there's
homestead.
been from time to time people talking about how can we do second homes.
Second homes,
of course,
right.
there's also lots of costs with that, but anyway, so we're going to be covering that. So we have a good show lined up. We're also going to be touching on another story locally next hour. Fort Bend has had a little dust up where.
The county judge, you mean, dust up?
Yeah, well, whereas, we picked the fact that KP George could not possibly survive anything.
And the district court judge agreed and placed this new guy on.
Yeah. And then once you're in, Eric, I know you can resign, but you can't be replaced.
I don't think so.
I don't think so.
Yeah.
So we're going to tackle that issue because it looks
we're also going to. We've got a few Tallarico highlights. Actually, surprised me the other day.
Okay.
It was actually Chris
surprised you about Tallarico.
Some audio, yeah, because Chris X played it. I'm going, I didn't heard him say that one, so I clipped out the best of the clip outs.
Good.
The best of the worst.
Clips.
You mean the best of the best in your eyes?
Yeah, and I'm going to ask you if you think that works in Texas.
And I want to know why.
And by the way, gas prices are down. We're going to talk about that.
Oh yeah, no kidding.
Not
Sherlock.
for long.
Okay. All right. Now my question.
We also have a couple of Supreme Court decisions we have to touch.
Yeah. Did they have any of the big bombs go off?
No.
today?
Not yet, but the big one on birthright citizenship is coming.
Well, you know what? I think it's going to be at 6 o'clock. You know why? Because they're not. If they haven't already released it, it's not going to be good news for the Trumps.
No, I agree with you on that. They're not going to.
Why
change
is
their
Jasmine
law.
Crockett acting? She's like sore loser off the charts.
Now she is. I haven't followed it.
No.
When I see something on you, text or Jasmine, I just
she
swipe
makes
left.
Cornyn look like
I was
he's
just
happy.
going to say they're together. They're in a back room somewhere, and they're plotting strategy.
All right.
Next up on the Dan Patrick Show, Jasmine Crockett.
I'm going to do what Harry Attend does on CNN. I think it's time for a break. I'm going to drink my soda. Let's pay a few bills. We'll have at least Bill King for sure, and maybe Charles Blaine as well. Right after this, talk about the homestead exemption fraud. Get your calls in 281-558-5738. The Three Amigos will be back after this on the Voice of Texas. And here we go. Where's my... I popped my top on air.
I got some feedback.
Your trees, in addition to spraying for insects and disease. Let Ability Trees help maintain their value and repair all damage. Fed and pruned tree will be less susceptible to wind damage and uprooting. Caring for the beautiful and valuable trees on your property that you can't replace should be done by experts. And the experts I use, it's very clear. It's Ability Tree experts and Louis Flory, my friend for over 40 years. Gosh, this guy is the pro when it comes to taking care of trees. You know, pruning is important for the health of your trees. And pruning limits resistance to spring storms and allows the sun and fresh air into the canopy. Trees can be in distress several months without showing any signs. So don't wait to protect your investment at 281-441-4179, 281-441-4179, or visit their website at abilitytrees.com. Right now, Ability Trees is giving a deep root feeding with every tree pruned. Ability Trees, Houston's leading tree care professional.
Hi, this is Michael Miller. Join me this weekend for the Backyard Bay radio program, now at our new time, Saturday mornings at 9 a.m., right here on AM 700 KSEV The Voice.
Tune in each Sunday morning at 9 a.m. for On the Money with your host and CEO of Allied Wealth Texas, Ryan Wheelis, who can help you live your richest life possible during your retirement years. That's each Sunday at 9 a.m. right here on AM 700 KSEV.
Hey y'all, Craig Collins here. Please check out my brand new show from 6 to 7 o'clock Monday through Friday right here on The Voice of Texas. And also please check out our relatively new social media pages. That's at KSEV Radio on YouTube and Rumble. We are live streaming more and more of our content there every day. And finally, check out my social media pages at Radio Craig C on X and Facebook. That's The Craig Collins Show Monday through Friday from 6 to 7 o'clock and wherever you get your podcasts on KSEV KGBC, The Voice of Texas.
Got a question?
Yeah, you've got the tax man in with the three amigos here on the Voice of Texas. Got the soul man and got the judge. And we have a dust-up going on about homestead exemptions. Charles Blaine had actually did the initial research, and Ben, that story came to you when you were on What's Your Point on last weekend. And now, apparently, they're going to do my version of it this Sunday. And Bill King's calling in because we put the bad light up for Charles Blaine and we couldn't find him.
Charles, come on.
I know. So if you see Blaine, Bill, tell him that he's in the
He's
know what?
MIA.
He's MIA on the Amigos.
These young people, you just can't depend on them.
All right, Bill, you've been following this for a while. Give the long and the short of it to the audience. But Uncle Paul had to pull out a card from when you used to help me back when you were working with Lineberger back in the old days of, hey, stop cheating on these homestead exemptions because it will cost you. Take it, Bill.
Yeah, so we've known about this for decades, Paul. We've always known there's some people that are claiming homesteads that shouldn't be claiming them. Now, some of that is unintentional mistake, but some of it appears to be pretty intentional. And the really important thing about this is that it's not just the homestead, it's the over 65, which is where the real tax breaks occur. And, we raised this with HCAD 20 years ago, and they were like, yeah, we'll get around to it. Nobody ever really did anything. Nobody followed up. And so Charles did some initial research where he's finding hundreds of what he considers to be suspicious, and I think clearly some of them are at least incorrect, if not outright fraudulent, homestead exemptions. And we don't know how big this problem is. We're going to try to do some analysis out at Baker on it, trying to see if we can figure out a way to do it. But you're certainly talking about millions of dollars here. Well, and, anytime you're not collecting property tax from somebody that should pay it, the rest of us are making up the difference.
Right. The bottom line is the fraud costs everybody else money. Now, we checked Eric, and you'll be happy to know he's squeaky clean.
Yeah, that's because I lose all the homes in the settlements.
Yeah,
I
right.
don't have any homes to play.
That's right.
That's my problem.
And Ben is squeaky clean because
and what are you laughing about, Bill?
He ran for Congress twice, so we know that he's been checked out multiple times. And Bill, on a serious note, I put all this up on Vote Betancourt on my Facebook post, so I want the audience to go there, comment, like it, share it. The real problem that I see are two areas. One, there is a problem where corporations and LLCs are apparently into this now. And I did see one that had about 60 homes, 250,000 been to 300, obviously rental property, but about a third of them had some type of homestead exemption on them. Now,
that's just crazy.
And
and so is it HCAD that's got the primary responsibility for this?
Now, HCAD has the primary responsibility. However,
so how many? It's all about resources.
All right, hold on, Ben. Let me get there. When we passed the homestead exemption, as Greg Rugen refers to me as the godfather of homestead exemptions, we also passed a bill that said you have to pre-qualify 1 out of every 5 on a major pre-qual every 5 years, so that you're looking at this. So we passed that bill. Now,
all right, so you put it in statute that they should be looking at it,
right?
And they haven't been, because otherwise they'd be catching it, and the numbers wouldn't be as high.
Well,
why is anybody surprised?
Catching it because
I don't understand.
Well,
I mean,
catching it because corporations can't get a homestead because that's what I'm saying,
I
right?
mean-
Not individuals. It'd be impossible to catch that,
So
wouldn't it?
it's just like everything else. They need to put some resources into doing this, and if Bill's right, and there are millions of dollars there, it'll be well worth the money and the effort they put into it to correct it. And oh, by the way, Bill King, go and check them. Tell him to check the voter rolls next for dead people.
This is there are
By the
other
way,
counties doing this.
Ben, in my day, we crossed the tax rolls with the voter rolls to find the fraudsters on both sides.
And I want to know how many dead people have homestead exemptions.
And no offense to Eric, that
Well,
anybody.
I promise
Hold
you
on,
there-
Bill. Oh, no offense to Eric. Anybody over 108, we took off the voter rolls.
Yeah, but no offense.
That's right.
By the way, do you realize I had this epiphany? This country is 250 years old this month. Okay,
And you've been
next
alive
month.
for 40%
One
of it.
third of it.
Wow.
1/3. I've been alive 1/3
That
of
is
the
very
history of the
impressive.
United States of America.
Congratulations.
You're
That-
welcome.
very
Thank
impressive.
you. 1/3. Honest to goodness.
Okay, Bill, you were going to make some salient.
Oh, my dates didn't hear
Well,
that.
Property tax or
there are
public policy.
absolutely dead people that have homestead exemptions. The way that happens is that some family member dies, and the kids move in and start living in the house, and they don't do anything about getting rid of the
And
over
they
55
stay
exemption.
and stay.
Now, that's in most cases, it's probably they don't realize they're supposed to do anything. That's why there needs to be a systemic process that takes that stuff off.
Right.
And like Ben suggested, checks it against the death certificates. This is really a data processing issue. My old firm does this work for like 15, 20 counties across the state already. I don't understand why HCAT hasn't done anything.
Well, I
do it, hire
suggested-
somebody to do it.
Right.
It's not rocket science.
I suggested that to HCAT because back in my day, Jim Robinson and I, we would cross all these databases because they didn't exist, and we would do these strikes back then to try to find these fraudsters. And look, there are people, Bill, listen, I had people that were living in, their father's place or even their grandfather's place that said, yes, we knew we were doing it. And so they got 5 years worth of back homestead exemption they had to pay for.
Paul, a couple of things here. One is this is worth a whole lot more money because of what you guys have been doing in raising the homestead exemptions. So this is more valuable than it's ever been before. And the other thing I'll say is the entities that this hits the hardest are the school districts.
Sure.
They are the ones that pay the biggest price on this. So when these people are cheating it, they're cheating the school districts, everybody else, all the other taxpayers. And it's just, look, it's no different than income tax evasion. There ought to be criminal penalties. We ought to prosecute people that intentionally do this. But the main thing is we need to clean up those exemption rolls.
All right, you're on What's Your Point, 7 a.m., Bill, right?
Right.
Last word, any other big topic? What do you got? Well, we don't know. We'll watch you. Yeah, right. That's right.
It's a little early.
We're going to talk about the fact that the city of Houston credit rating was increased.
Oh, my
it
God.
went from negative to stable this week.
Yeah, we got
it. Notwithstanding Mr. Holland's telling us what a terrible job Mayor Whitmire's doing.
I was going to say, that's got to be Whitmire.
If Hollins had a financial background before claiming to be a taxpayer's watchdog, that he could be able to read a balance sheet and know what he's talking about, but he doesn't, okay?
Well,
that's
just political posturing. He's running for mayor.
By the way, I want to talk about Kaylin getting constantly beat up on the basketball court.
I saw that, boy. You talk about, they got the Indianapolis coach that's going ballistic. Grab me that clip, will you please?
Yeah, we're going to play that clip after the break. All right, Bill, I think I'll DVR you at 7 a.m. on Sunday morning.
Sounds good.
All right.
See y'all
Thank
later.
you, Bill.
Have a good weekend.
All right, thank you. Hey, any of you guys want to invest in my new company?
Wait a minute. Hold on. You were really hot for Fermi last week.
No, it's not. It's not Fermi.
SpaceX?
No, it's checkthehomesteadexemption.com.
Oh, I'll give you a Hillary laugh on that one. That's pretty good.
We're going to market to counties and HCADs all across
By the way,
Texas.
why did you get hot on Fermi last week? Because the stock price is up.
Yeah, because
it's up to $9.
Yeah, because they've changed management and because they are negotiating supposedly with some AI companies, ChatGPT. That's the rumor anyway.
Rumor.
Yeah, but we'll see. It's still a flyer. It's definitely
well.
A flyer.
Ben called
and
it,
it's a lot cheaper a flyer at 8 than it is at 32.
Yeah, right. So Ben called it when it was high and said, "Wait, it was low,"
Yeah.
and now he's saying it might be a good buy.
I wouldn't buy SpaceX right now either if I were you.
Well,
we'll see what happens.
You should have bought it at 135 when it came out, like Uncle Paul did.
Looking good, Paul.
All right. Speaking of looking good, let's turn and burn. What's that?
I thought it took a dip. I thought SpaceX took a fall.
It went way high, like up into the 200s, and then it came down to like the 150s, 160s.
Okay,
I don't
so
know
you're still okay.
Oh, come on.
Oh, they whacked her in the.
I mean,
they whacked
Caitlin
Clark in the throat. Come on.
I mean, look, these are just. Oh, come on. She's doing that on purpose. These are thugs.
And why are they doing it on purpose?
All right,
Eric?
we'll talk about that after that.
Why are they beating up on the white girl on purpose?
Stop it.
All right.
Why are they beating up on the white straight basketball player?
We're going to talk about that after the break on the Voice of Texas.
Can't wait.
Texas.
Hi, y'all. It's Kathy from Baker Mortgage. You know, with all the scary stuff we've been through, it's still true that timing is everything, and the time to buy is now. But don't go looking without a solid pre-approval in hand. And this includes an application and a detailed discussion about property taxes. If you didn't have the talk, about property taxes, you really don't know what you're pre-approved for. That should make you wonder what else they may have left out. Mortgages are personal. Let's face it, we're dealing with your home and your money, and it doesn't get much more personal than that. When it's the largest transaction that most people will ever be involved in, imagine having someone on your side looking out after you. What a concept. We audit your closing statement to make sure you're not paying for things that you're not supposed to. Do you think your big bank's going to do that? Probably not. For all of your mortgage needs, call us at Baker Mortgage. I promise you'll be glad you did. We're at 281-313-MOVE or go directly to bakermortgage.com.
Equal housing lender. License number 263213.
Graybeard here, radio show host and solar broker. I host a show called SolarWise, heard right here on Saturday at 8 a.m. on the Voice of Texas, KSEV. And listen, this Saturday we're going to be talking about a brand new program. Imagine getting solar and 3 batteries with 60,000 watt hours of storage. Imagine getting all of that with no money out of your pocket, no debt in your name. It's not a lease. There's no loan, and it's all underwritten by a company owned by Shell Energy. You're going to want to know about this program. I can share some information with you right now if you text NEW on your smartphone to 84503. Key that 84503 number in, and then just text NEW, or better yet, join me this Saturday at 8 a.m. right here on KSEV, the Voice of Texas, AM 700. You're not going to want to miss this, especially if you've been solar curious. Text NEW to 84503.
When it comes to garage doors, no one knows more than the doctor. Garage Door Doctor.
We got a call late New Year's Eve. A father with big plans for his family the next day said his garage door spring just snapped. He couldn't get his car out and wouldn't be able to get his family to where they needed to go. He felt stuck and alone. So we showed up fast with the right spring and the right parts to fix it right. We didn't talk about the price. We didn't wait till the morning. We fixed it right then. Because at Garage Door Doctor, it's never just about the job. It's about the person behind it. The dad, the veteran, the grandpa, the neighbor. Hi, I'm Tommy Mello, owner of Garage Door Doctor. When you need help, we're the ones that show up. Call Garage Door Doctor today or schedule online at garagedoordoctor.biz. We fix garage doors fast with quality parts designed to last a lifetime because we're proud to serve the people who rely on us.
When it comes to garage doors, no one knows more than the doctor. Garage Door Doctor.
Got a question or comment for the Amigos? Call.
Released on this day, 1973, Aerosmith, Dream On.
Come
a
on,
great
we
song.
got to be dreaming on. It's
you can
like,
keep that going if you want
let's
to.
go, all right. Yeah, right, Ben.
Elton John and Kiki D released this song in 1976 on this day, June 26th.
All
and
right.
more.
Fame.
Queen.
Oh, okay.
Released.
One-hit wonder.
You're My Best Friend.
Yeah. Well, no.
Not so much.
Not for
one.
Queen.
They did pretty good.
They
They did
right.
pretty good.
Remember, nobody can hear your music on the internet.
All right.
I know, but
Now
we do
that
have
we're
listeners that
switching
enjoy
off.
it. Senator Betancourt, Ben Struzan, Eric Andel, KSEV, bring you home.
All right, let's
on
do-
KSEV.
let's do the Caitlin Clark.
Do we have the coach of the Fever
Well, I
talking
thought you were
about
gonna-
her star player getting whacked
on the court?
I mean,
on the court?
the fist in the throat is crazy.
Yes.
It's crazy. It's dangerous.
It is.
The landing spot, when you went to review it, and she still comes down on top of another foot, like, I don't know. Because to me, that's like a do-over on a test. How do you screw it up again? You're coming in here aware of what happened 2 nights ago? And that still happens? Absolutely unacceptable.
This
absolutely unacceptable.
This is the coach of the Fever.
What's her name?
Caitlin. I don't know the coach's name. Caitlin Clark is the player she's talking about.
Stephanie
White.
Lake, right.
Stephanie White.
Lake.
White.
Stephanie
White.
Okay.
Stephanie Lake is the lady.
Coincidental
All right,
only.
whatever. Okay, Stephanie White.
Coincidental only.
Okay, now look. Caitlin has taken a tremendous amount of punishment for coming in as the outsider kid that could shoot 3 points.
She's white.
Larry Bird
I'm
had
just
the same.
gonna call it like it is. She's
Larry
white.
Bird had the exact same thing.
She's white and she's straight.
Yeah, but here's
and the rest
difference.
of the league is not.
The rest of the league is stupid because she has raised everybody's salaries all by herself. But I did notice
They are
this
jealous.
one.
They expelled. I mean, they suspended that.
Well, I don't know for how long.
I think they just kicked out.
I
one
will
player.
say this: that Caitlin
Suspended.
Clark takes more. This happens. She's a rookie. Hey, yeah, last year she
No,
was
no,
a
no,
rookie. It
no,
took a
she-
lot of beating.
This is like her third or fourth
But
year.
she
Okay.
got into a
Third
fight.
year now.
But she got into her own dust up, I think, a couple of weeks ago. I mean, she's a fighter too. She's
she
not
has to
some
fight back.
wallflower.
Yeah,
She's
what do you want her to do?
What was the name
you know,
of the-
lay on
just
the floor and
saying-
get beaten up?
I'm just saying she's not just some.
What was the name of the black belt that was on her team that she got a better contract somewhere else? Tall. You should know this. Tall
From LSU?
blonde. No,
Oh, tall blonde.
You
the
should
one that
have
has
that
the
name.
stalker?
Yes, but right, but I mean, but she's anyway. She used to be the reinforcer for
Right.
Caitlin. Then they split up because she got a better deal. Now look, this last deal was a goon that was dressed up in a basketball suit that was literally punching down on her on
Throat.
the floor.
All right, so that
and
we
she
agree
was
that-
lucky that she didn't cause permanent damage to her
So
trachea.
we agree the motive is jealousy.
I would think for sure. I mean, no question. And yet they don't realize
attention- and
she's the
attention.
reason people tune into WNBA.
It
I know
is.
I do. I know
Okay.
it's the reason I
And
do.
the fact that she is not quite the same as the rest of the women
I'm
in that
telling
league.
you, apples and apples. Larry Bird went through the exact same thing. Isaiah Thomas. They had a lot of cultural differentials. Now everyone denied.
Nothing. Yeah, come on, Eric. That's dreamland compared to what's going on here. Okay,
I watched that.
You're going to tell me that a bunch of trans-ish type of thinkers, because that's what some of these kids are that are attacking.
I'm
Caitlin.
talking about the white versus black as a real thing.
But that wasn't that stuff wasn't there 20 or 30 years ago with Bird.
Oh, yeah, you're just switching the topic to why she's being beat upon. She's
Yes,
straight
right.
and white.
Right.
I'm saying that if it's racial, then we've seen this before. This is not new from a racial standpoint. I can't get involved whether this is a
I agree with you.
transgender
I think
thing.
attention has a lot to do with it. The fact that she's in the limelight, she's getting all the press, the buzz.
We know that's
she's
true.
getting the endorsements,
We
things
know
like
that's
that.
true of that girl from LSU. We know that's true. Who was the pick number 2 in the draft 2 years ago.
Right,
We
same
know
thing.
that's true because she is in her face all the time, and that's a black and white.
Angel
That's a
Reese.
Blake. Yeah, that is a black because Reese feels she's was discriminated against because she was black. So when she took the other side of it about not being picked number one, she figured that was they wanted to. I'm just saying.
I can't imagine a league who basically has had nothing but number one picks who are all African American for decades.
That was her
complaining that a one-off is usurping her.
Well, especially when the one-off Caitlin Clark is like. They're scoring.
It's got all the
leader,
basketball records
assistant
from
leader.
college.
Their assistant
we know
leader.
that everything you
what,
say is
whatever.
true.
Right.
That's
just like the last 20 years.
It's
just like the last.
Then
20
why
years.
do you protest too much? What
I'm
are you
not.
protesting?
I'm just saying. I think it's a racial issue and jealousy. I don't think there's any
okay.
issue.
Let's get somebody on who's more qualified.
But you brought in the trans issue, and I didn't get involved with that.
Well, yeah,
I mean, I don't think
but that's part of the new dynamics in this day and age.
It is a dynamic, but not what's beating up on Caitlin Clark. I don't think that's the reason
I think that's some of
But she's straight. I mean,
yeah,
she's straight.
I think she's straight.
Oh, I
yeah,
can't
she's
add
straight.
that.
Yeah.
No, I'm not going to add that.
Yeah, I'll add it.
I'll take race.
I'll add it.
At jealousy.
Ben, thank you.
Yeah,
no, I'm not
Ben
going to add that.
Definitely.
Let's
She's
talk
straight.
To,
they're not.
Let's talk to somebody who has an opinion. Cindy Siegel. Cindy, you have been listening to this.
I have an opinion.
Please.
It was obviously in a violation. I mean, come on.
It's a hit.
Beating up on the primo player.
Yeah. No, it's a hit.
Understood.
And it's not just, I'm sure there's race in there too, but there's also this idea that she is straight. And that gal that that was a goon hit. That was, almost a mafia hit.
Yeah,
on the floor of a basketball.
I'm with you on all that, except I'm not going to say it's a gay versus straight issue.
Why?
I really
why
don't.
not? Why can't you say it? Because it's obvious
I
that
don't
there's
think
part of
I
this.
don't because I don't really believe that.
No, you just don't want to. Admit, you just don't want to admit it.
No, I think it's jealousy, and she's white. I get that. I'm going with you 100% on
Okay,
that.
Cindy, you have to settle this. You think it's all three, right?
It's all three.
Yes.
I'm going to be objective and compromise here. Everyone wins a little, guys.
Yeah,
Everyone
Cindy,
wins
you're
a
playing to
little.
the home crowd.
This
Come
is
on
not
now.
the head of the Harris County
I'm
Republican
being
Party. We
political
can be
here.
objective.
I didn't have a chance in this argument. I have a puncher's chance.
I mean, the question is, why didn't they call it then? What
Right.
was it, 2 days later?
Why didn't they call it immediately?
Yeah.
Throw that goon
Technical.
out. Technical, 2 fouls, you're gone. And now they have to wait.
I'm
The
not-
league's
we're not
going to
in that
suspend somebody for a day, whatever.
I'm not disagreeing with that.
Okay.
I don't. But a motivation.
Okay, you should be listening to Aunt Cindy. Okay, but you're not.
Oh, she went with all three. It was an easy answer.
No.
I get it. That's fine.
No,
I
but
mean,
the-
I should have said, you know what? In retrospect, it is. It's all three. Can I go home now?
Yeah,
I mean, come
well,
on.
if you want to date with Republican women that Cindy represents as the Harris County Republican.
Do you know if I went on Match.com and I put down, I would be such a swipe left guy. I mean, they would take one look, but forget the age. But I'm an elected Democrat. Swipe left. I mean, it's gone. No chance.
Oh,
no chance.
Okay, Eric, you underestimate your old powers of persuasion, but you should be listening to Cindy, because she'll keep you straight on public policy. Hey, Cindy, I think you've got a meeting coming up. If you want to hawk it, go ahead.
Yeah, tomorrow morning, 9 o'clock, we have our organizational meeting when including myself, but all the precinct chairs that were elected taking office, and we're gearing up and we're ready to go to win in this November. But that's tomorrow morning, our organization meeting when the leadership, my advisory board gets elected, and everyone gets sworn into office, and we're hitting the ground running.
And Cindy, I've got Greg Barnes going to be calling in next hour. Fort Bend and Harris are the big swing counties in this November election, because the real fight in a downdraft is for Harris County to remain purple. And last election, I think Fort Bend switched from blue to 100% red. I may be wrong, but it was, I think, almost exactly that, at least in contested elections. So you two, this whole area, Houston, Fort Bend, quite frankly, when you drive down Southwest Houston, no one even knows what side of the line they're on because there's no geographical boundary. But because of all the, of all the social demographics of this area, you two chairs are really in ground zero.
Yeah, we are. And, given what's gone on in New York, what's gone on in these large blue urban areas across the country with not just leftist progressives, but communist, socialists that really want to, they want to get rid of what America stands for.
Yeah, right.
They're making a move here with their pick for county judge, Letitia Plummer. So, it's arrived in Texas, and don't fool yourself that they're not trying to make the same play here.
And Eric, we've talked about it since Ogg lost. It was a 3-1 vote that Ogg lost. Okay, so what were the old moderate liberals? No offense to you, because that's what you are. Okay, the DSA people, Ben, in New York, were literally shouting DSA, DSA, not USA.
Yeah, Eric's under some illusion that some kind of moderate out of Governor Kentucky is going to be able to get the nomination.
Well,
I don't know what he's thinking.
I've watched him, and if he gets it, he'll be formidable, but I'm not sure he can get it.
I don't think so either.
But look at the fact that Hakeem Jeffries goes to one of those events, and he is booed, saying, they're next. So Aunt Cindy, you should have listened to Aunt Cindy on Caitlin Card, should be listening to Aunt Cindy now. Okay, because these DSA folks can't get,
Well, Cindy, but a lot of it has to do with enthusiasm in the top of the national ticket, which isn't exactly popular even in Texas. It's underwater, the national ticket. Trump is underwater in Texas.
He's minus pick a number. Who knows what it is?
If the Democrats show up, whether they're moderate, whether they're liberal, or whatever, then our enthusiasm is what we're counting on, whether whoever they are, come out and vote. But the independents...
Yeah, okay. But you've got to... This campaign really hadn't started because Tallarico is going to have to carry the brand of the Democrat Party, and that includes a socialist wing. Let me play a few clips for you.
After
the break, and you can tell me whether or not this plays in Texas or not.
Okay, well...
What's the vegan?
No, we got new stuff. All right, now... Cindy Siegel, chair of the Republican Party, thanks for weighing in. She was 3 for 3 on Caitlin Clark.
Oh, Cindy,
and that means Eric was 0 for 3. Loser versus winner. And Cindy is the winner. Eric was the loser.
Cindy, I'll be at Cleburne's cafeteria this evening with your good friend Carol Smith. So just come on by Cleburne's. We'll have this discussion.
Maybe we'll show up.
Nothing's better than Cleburne's. Nothing's better than Cleburne's.
All right.
Thank you, Cindy.
All right, Cindy. Good luck, and tell me if I should show up tomorrow, what time, but don't make it early. Bye. Okay. So.
Bye.
All right, let's take a break, pay a few bills, and Ben is impatient, roaring to get out of the gate.
He thinks this is going to be the death knell. This sound
right,
clips.
and he's been telling cut everybody off. I've got to have the microphone. He's going to be next here on The Voice of Texas.
It's summertime. If you're planning on, you'd better stock up on while saving lots of. Specs is the spot for sun, fun, and savings. From crisp wines and bold spirits to ice-cold canned cocktails, Specs has the ingredients for your perfect summer hang. With the largest selection and the lowest prices, Specs makes your summer cooler. Go full vacation mode with Specs wine, spirits, and finer foods. The fun starts here.
Crack open a cold can of fun with Specs all summer long. Stock up on
Eric, are you there, buddy?
Oh, I'm talking about Caitlin Clark
are
over
you
here.
there?
Anyway.
I was listening about the beer commercial. You know what I started thinking about?
Yeah, July 4th weekend.
Yeah.
Of course.
The wonderful natural gas grill.
I tell you one thing, gas products better get ready to go. A lot of people are going to be flocking there. We're telling you guys, go get it done now.
I'm telling you, my gas grill looks extra crispy. I got to get my buddy Russell Metzler out there and get him to clean my natural gas grill that he installed. I think it's been about 4 years ago. And I've got 4 years of cooked ingredients on top of that thing. Just makes your meat, charcoaly.
Yummy in the tummy. Except you need to clean the grill.
Anyway, folks, get them out to your house because not only you can come out there, but you can check out your tiki torches and see if they
it's
need
a long
clean.
weekend. It's the perfect weekend for
Yeah,
barbecue.
just buy a few tiki torches. Just bring them.
And you know what? You can't have a luau in your backyard without the tiki torches. So give my buddy Russell Metzler a call, 281-798-8006, or check out his products online at gasproductservices.com.
If you have roof problems, you can sure see them when it rains. This is Deb Tejada from Tejas Roofing. If you see a leak, call me immediately, 281-251-0304. I'll send over the Tejas Roof Repair truck.
That truck has everything our experienced crew needs to fix your roof, right then and there.
The Tejas Roofing crew has been working together fixing leaky roofs for 15 years.
It's not a pretty truck, but it has everything we need to get the job done. I kind of like the way it looks.
Most roofing repairs cost less than $500. Why? Because we find the cause of the leak and repair that leak. We won't try to sell you services you don't need.
And we'll fix it right away because everything we need is in our truck.
Don't put off fixing a leaky roof. Call me at Tejas Roofing and I'll send over the truck. 281-251-0304. When you think of roofing repairs or a new roof, think Tejas Roofing, your Houston roofing company. 281-251-0304. That's Tejas Roofing, 281-251-0304.
If you're looking to buy or sell a home and in need of the best realtors out there, look no further than the Ronnie and Kathy Matthews Group. They've instilled in each and every member of their team hard work and honest values, and believe me, it's paid off. They truly know the Houston market and what it takes to get a home sold quickly and at top dollar, and how to get the best deal possible for your home purchase. They're employee-owned. They care about their clients, so they always go the extra mile to ensure each sale and purchase is seamless and smooth. The Ronnie and Kathy Matthews Group have been a top-producing real estate team for over 2 decades. Call Ronnie and Kathy Matthews Group at 281-440-7900 or see for yourself and go online at thematthewsteam.com. That's thematthewsteam.com. They sell over 1,000 homes a year, and they know every inch of the buying and selling market in Houston. Call Ronnie and Kathy Matthews Group. I chose them as my realtor. The Ronnie and Kathy Matthews Group, your realtors for life. 281-440-7900 or see for yourself online at thematthewsteam.com. That's thematthewsteam.com.
That's the Ronnie and Kathy Matthews Group, brokered by EXP.
Got a question or comment for the Amigos? Call now. 281-558-57.
All right, let's roll.
And welcome back to the Voice of Texas. Thanks for joining us on a Friday drive home afternoon. You got the soul man, the Strew, the V Strew standing on the right. You got the tax man, Paul Betancourt, at the helm. The liberal lefty judge, Eric Andel, sitting across from me. And we got an update on WNBA. Let me go to our roving sports reporter, Paul Betancourt, to update us on who was fighting whom.
Okay,
who was fighting whom and why.
Okay, as Uncle Paul strongly suggested to Eric, and Aunt Cindy Siegel agreed, this was about a gay versus straight, maybe even trans-ish type of problem. And to prove that, I'm going to put on the 6 p.m. Anchor of the KSEV.
Now it's 4-1.
Craig Collins. Craig,
right.
tell us what you know.
I can give you guys a little update on this. So Dewana Bonner is the name of the girl that used to be on The Fever. She is gay. She is engaged to Alyssa Thomas, the girl that punched Caitlin Clark in the neck. So it is a gay couple that was attacking
right,
Caitlin
because
Clark.
was the first one suspended from the league
Which
already?
one
or
just
which
got
one?
suspended?
Alyssa Thomas just got suspended. She's the one who put her fist on the neck.
That's the game. One game.
Yeah, so
a one-game suspension?
It was a one-game suspension and a $1,000 fine. That woman makes $1.2 million because of Caitlin Clark, by the way.
Ouch.
You mean a
Ouch.
center on the other team who can't score makes $1.1 million.
1.2. She's one of the highest paid people in the WNBA. All of these salaries went up last year because Caitlin Clark brought a TV deal.
No, because the TV deal started flooding money into the place.
Exactly.
I mean, all right. So which gay? Let's make sure that the listeners understand exactly which gay basketball player
clearly
is
a
married
hate
to.
crime, Eric.
Right.
It's
Yeah,
a
I
hate
believe
crime.
that we're getting close to that. All right. So get the names. Say the names again.
Sure.
So Eric will remember this and won't disagree with Uncle Paul and Aunt Cindy next time.
I think
we're
that
right.
blonde's very attractive.
So you mentioned that Dewana Bonner used to play for the Fever. She
Right.
is in a gay relationship with Alyssa Thomas. I think they're engaged to be married. those are the two people that in 2 consecutive games beat up Caitlin Clark. Alyssa Thomas, the one that did it just the other night.
And she's got suspended.
And she got suspended and $1,000
Eric,
fine.
I will say proof positive.
Oh, Craig, go, stop.
Right. Craig gets the winning bell because he backs up Aunt Cindy and Uncle Paul with the exact truth, which was obvious to everybody that could even see it. Ben already had picked it out.
Yeah.
Well, why? And you're just putting your head in the sand like an ostrich on this, and you're going to get your butt run over by trucks. Right. Okay. Yes. I see no evil. Hear no evil.
I'm with you on 2 of the 3. I'm just not going to take the quantum leap of this.
Oh, come on. It's not a quantum leap.
It's a gay couple beat her up.
There's a gay couple beating her up. Of course it's about gay versus straight. And the next thing we'll know, some trans trooper will jump in this somehow. I'm just waiting for you to admit your error.
I want to know if that blonde's the one that's been stalked.
Can we put some Jeopardy music up right now?
I'm not going there.
I was going to play the
I'm not going
Talarico
there.
clips. We'll catch him in the first
Yeah,
top of the hour.
We'll do national polling and
We'll
stuff
get 'em
first of the
hour.
Come on,
see how well Trump is doing.
And then we can all grab a bottle of Roundup during the break.
Well, and like Harry,
because now you can drink it and you can't sue.
Yeah,
you can drink it, but you can't sue.
Yeah,
what a horrible rule.
Yeah, I don't think
it wasn't a horror. It was totally accurate.
It was the thought process.
Whatever you do not take the suggestion of drinking Roundup. I don't know which one of them said it. Just do what I'm doing, like Harry 10. Just take your Coke can and pause your podcast and take a drink and go, I'm ready for the next hour of the 3 Amigos. We'll be right back after we pay a few bills and hear the news and the Strew Review next on The Voice of Texas.
$550-7800. I'm here with spokesman John Wolf. So, John, tell everyone listening who should call right now.
Well, Maria, first off, thank you for having me here. It's always nice to answer the listeners' questions. Now, as far as who should call in, Anyone who's been injured in an accident and think you deserve compensation, give us a call right now. 800-550-7800. You'll find out if you have a case and how much it's potentially worth.
Thanks, John. You heard it, folks. Take advantage of this opportunity and call now. 800-550-7800.
Advertisement sponsored by Legal Help Center. May not be available in all states. Not available in California.
Check Pro Joe here. My guest this week will be Cody Johnson from Garage Door Doctor. For all of your garage door needs, contact Garage Door Doctor at 281-343-3632.
Join Joe every Saturday at 1 o'clock here on AM 700 KSEV and AM 1540 KGBC, the voice of Texas.
This True Sand commentary is brought to you by Ability Tree Experts. Ability Tree Experts, Houston's leading tree care professionals. Call 281-441-4179.
From KSEV, here's political contributor Ben Strusand.
Most polling shows that Republicans are going to have a tough time winning majorities in both houses of Congress in November. Voters blame Trump for inflation and believe that many of the necessities they need to purchase have become unaffordable. 2 out of 3 voters don't believe that preventing Iran from building a nuclear weapon is worth the higher gas prices that they are paying. Voters never give a president credit for preventing bad things like a nuclear war from happening. President Trump should realize by now that the Islamic Republic will never agree to a deal that results in a Trump win. The mullahs read the polls and see the domestic political pressure to end the war. It's part of their strategy. We should stop chasing a bad deal. This does not mean that we should resume unlimited airstrikes, but rather targeted decapitation strikes against their leadership, as the Israelis used effectively. If Iranian leaders won't cut a deal, then let's get new ones. The real leverage we have against Iran is economic. We destroyed what Iran took decades to build. Their defense industrial base used to manufacture drones, missiles, and nuclear weapons. Inflation in Iran is running at 40%. The blockade collapsed the revenue stream used by the Revolutionary Guard Corps, their security services, and all the government infrastructure. If our blockade is allowed to continue and not stopped by Democrats and a few lame duck Republicans in Congress, we can eliminate the mullah's leverage over its people. We don't need regime change to pressure them into a better deal for us. Just perseverance. Intercepting what leaks out via Iran's shadow tanker fleet will speed the process. The best guess is this pressure will take 6 months to show results, right around the time of the elections. I'm Ben Strusand, and that's my view.
Ben Strusand, only on AM 700 KSEV.
Be a Planner Show host Nathan Ross wants to remind you, please consider all the syndication terms of your private real estate partnership. By understanding the syndication math, Nathan can help you assess the benefits of ownership. Visit beaplanner.com or tune in each Sunday at 7 a.m. for the Be a Planner Show with Nathan Ross, CPA, on KSEV.
Arriba, amigos. That's right. It's Amigos Forever here on the Voice of Texas. Thanks for joining us on a drive home, somewhat sultry summer
but
afternoon.
Breezy.
Right.
But breezy.
But
it
breezy.
helps. It helps.
You've got the tax man, El Senador Paul Bettengord at the helm, the soul man of the previous Review, Ben Struzan, and the effervescent, ever-ready Judge Eric Andel. Kish calls into producer, now next host of the show, Craig Collins, who cut the music off too soon. Okay, give him a little
They're
rap
watching
for that.
WNBA basketball back there.
Right, they're
they
watching that, or they're watching the replay of the. There we go. We got a little more, getting a little more drag of the World Cup.
That's really a good movie if no one's seen The Three Amigos.
That's right, of course.
They may not know that theme is from that movie.
Yeah,
it's a great movie.
I hate to tell you,
Three Amigos.
Martin Short.
No, Three Amigos, the Blues Brothers,
Right.
And Blazing Saddles.
Oh, yeah, of course.
Where's all
Classic.
that's all Ben watched in the 1980s. He didn't watch anything
It's on
else.
Turner Classics.
All right. Now, speaking of watching, Ben, you have been watching clips from Tallarico.
Now, they got nothing else to do. He's going to beat up on my
Tallarico.
Well,
candidate.
I wanted to ask you, we may have, Lieutenant Governor calling in?
Oh, we do have the bat light up for Lieutenant Governor. He got through his Religious Liberty Commission. They had a big event.
In the Oval Office.
Ray's Oval Office. Now, the problem is you have to get checked out and you have to get your phone back. So he's going to try to call in before 6 o'clock, but we all saw him on Fox News, by the way, speaking well of his Religious Liberty report. So bat light up for him, and we'll see what happens when he can make it on the air.
Yeah. So two things. First of all, before Dan's meeting, actually, I think it was after, right after they did their public announcement in the Oval Office, President Trump started to take questions from reporters. So let's play that clip from President Trump about 2.5 hours ago.
You said that Iran violated the ceasefire. Will they face any consequences?
You'll find out.
Do you consider the ceasefire to still be in place?
I don't like the fact that they took a shot yesterday, actually 4. We knocked down 3.
I didn't know that.
Not an Allied ship, but a ship, a very expensive ship. And it was fine, but it took a little beating. They shouldn't be doing that, so you'll find out.
Will the U.S.
You'll find out.
Will the U.S. respond? What is your message to
Will
Iran?
they respond? You're going to find out.
Sir, why do you think they did that if the talks, you've said repeatedly they're going well? What do you think the motivation is for Iran in attacking a ship?
They're a little bit different. That's why I think of it. 47 years, no president did what we're doing. So you just asked a question, you'll find out.
So what did they do, Ben?
Well, first of all, we found out because he launched an attack, a retaliatory strike against drone and missile launching sites along the coast of the Persian Gulf. Right now, according to the terms of the agreement, there's supposed to be free passage. That means free, no interdiction, no toll, no nothing, out of the Persian Gulf for all international shipping. The Iranians, or some faction thereof, want this shipping to run along the northern coast of the Persian Gulf and through the Straits of Hormuz, where they can keep track of it, toll it, make them pay tribute, whatever. And that's not part of the deal. So it's supposed to be the quid is the ships get out, no hassle, and the quo portion is no American blockade. And so Trump had to respond. He ought to withhold money and not pay him anything until this is resolved, at least over the next 60 days.
Because this is the problem is this is the bracket creep we've seen the Iranians do time and time again.
You can't make lemonade out of this. It's just a mess.
Yeah, well, the difference is that there's a lot of money now being dangled out there as a carrot, but that doesn't change them from.
I don't think it changes the listener's mind dangling that money.
It's one thing for one of the Revolutionary Guard to do one shot, but they actually did 4.
Yeah, so it's
and knocked
obviously
down 3.
premeditated, planned,
Right.
and they were
Yeah,
trying
right.
to signal. So
I agree.
We signaled back. Really, what we should have done is either put the blockade in or just not pay them anything that they because they're only doing this for money. The only reason why they've opened it back up is because the economy's on the ropes. They can't pay their Revolutionary Guard, their religious police, their
They need
Secret
the cash.
Service.
Inflation's at 40%,
They
whatever.
got to have the
Right.
money to keep this infrastructure, authoritarian Muslim regime in power. Without the money, they can't do anything. So we had them by the, well, you know what's, and we shouldn't, let go. We should not let go. Strangle them.
All right.
So I think Trump is going to play this right. Things are going to go back to form. He's not going to get kicked around by the mullahs. He can't.
All right. Now,
it's his brand.
Speaking of brand, we've got the polling is tightened up obviously all over the country, except in Texas. It looks like there is a 1 or 2 point lead by Paxton over Tallarico.
Yeah, and I
was well within the margin of error. But
true, but I remember several months ago I said that Tallarico can't win in Texas technically. I mean, I could prove my point because he shouldn't be tied with Paxton. He should be ahead of Paxton at this point.
But here's the thing. Okay, same poll, same people asking two different questions. First question is Paxton, Tallarico, 1 point lead for Paxton.
Yes.
Second question is Governor Abbott versus, I don't know, what's her name?
Gina Hinojosa.
Hinojosa.
Yeah,
Right.
7 point lead for Abbott. So I view that's the spread right there between the somebody
Well,
that votes for
okay.
Abbott and the somebody that
now
votes
let me
for
tell you
Paxton.
where the bottom of the spread is. He's not on the ballot, but my guess is that I've heard reliable polling that Trump's favorability, even in Texas, is -7 or 8.
Yeah.
That's correct.
So that's the spread.
Doesn't surprise
here.
me.
All right.
All right. So this week, Chris X ran a clip of about 15 different Tallarico statements. A lot of them were related to gender and whatever. I actually cropped all those out. I have two that struck me as I would say effective in a campaign.
Effective for who? I mean, I'll listen to
Okay,
it. But
Paxton
for
versus for my side, for our side.
But what side?
Because
The right side, the far right side, or
I would say
middle side.
I would say these statements are not something Texans would agree with. You can disagree.
Generically speaking.
Generically speaking, I'm going to play them one at a time. Let's play number 1.
Modern science obviously recognizes that there are many more than 2 biological sexes. In fact, there are 6.
That is not the clip I want to play.
Even so, that will not play.
Absolutely not the clip. Absolutely not
Craig,
the clip.
can we get the really beautiful
Well,
clip?
let's try
the really
number
great-
2 and see if I got the winner.
Our southern border should be like our front porch.
Oh, I see.
There should be a giant welcome mat out front.
I need context of dating on that. The date of that. When was that clip?
I don't know.
When
that
did he say that?
Within the last couple of years, I have no
Well,
idea.
I know.
He's only been a state rep for 3 terms, so it's
Right,
got to
so
be
it's
within
in
the
the
last
last
6.
six- it's last
I don't
It's
know
while he was a state
But
rep.
I don't know how he's reframing his public stance on immigration now. I really don't. I know that
Right.
clip. I've heard that
You've
clip.
heard that one?
Well, if it's a standalone clip and it was done yesterday, well, of course, he's way off the mark on Texas's feeling about immigration. Sure, and he'll lose the valley if he had that.
See,
as his.
that's my opinion that does not play well in the valley.
It would not play well in
the
the
other
valley.
one that doesn't play well, which I tried to clip out, and apparently we have a technical problem which must be fixed at some point, and that is that the clip.
He's trolling Craig. If you
it's
didn't
not
figure that
Craig.
out.
The clip that I tried to play. He said that everyone is entitled to abortion, including transgender men.
Oh boy, I would like to see the problem that transgender men would have that would actually result in an abortion, because last time I checked, men can't have babies. But maybe I'm overestimating or over.
You're so
60s.
I know,
right? Whatever.
You're so 60s.
So I will endeavor to correct that. See, I don't think that plays well in the Valley either.
Well, the abortion issue is going to be interesting. He's not going to run away from that choice issue.
He can't.
Well, he wouldn't as a Democrat.
So how does it play in the election? Forgetting it for a minute,
if
you and I disagree on all this. We know that.
You made a crossover to a transgender issue again, so that's a different issue.
It's not a crossover. The general subject is Tallarico versus Paxton.
Well,
and these are statements that are on record that he's got to deal with.
But the choice issue, he'll keep making. He'll continue that.
We know he's pro-choice, but
Eric,
that doesn't have anything to do with a transgender.
Well, that's what I'm saying. I don't know the context of what he's even talking about. You don't have a transgender man can't have an abortion.
Okay, now he said it, Eric. That's Tallarico's problem, because of course anybody knows transgender men can't have an abortion because it's not medically possible.
But I know you guys have a better plan of attack than that.
Well, I like these two.
I think just repeating what Tallarico says.
The
isn't
best
bad.
plan of attack is always to play the other side's
By the
words.
way, when we get back together, I'll have something about Tallarico said that is really humorously wrong.
Context,
context,
date, time.
at date, time, everything.
Okay, all right.
Okay.
Because he's going to go with choice. He's going to go for the independent women.
It's not that.
It's not about choice, Eric.
It's just about.
That's
crazy
stupid.
statement.
How extreme are you? You got to provide abortion services to
for
transgender
men. Really?
Really? Come on.
If that's what you got, bring it. I mean, I don't see it as being an issue. I really, honestly, I don't.
No, Eric. That issue was very big in moving Hispanic males to Trump's side in 2024. Not specifically that sub portion of it, but
Right, that's what I'm saying.
Right.
This isn't bathroom issue right now. You may force him into that question. You will, of course, in a debate.
Okay, we've got all sorts of calls, so let's take one of them before
Nah,
we start.
I'll give you a C+.
All right. Trish,
doesn't affect.
You're up next on The Voice of Texas. Come on,
Welcome,
Trish.
Matt Wood. The welcome, Matt Wood.
Oh, no, the border.
Okay, I just had a question regarding Sharia law. And do we have any laws already on the books that have penalties like jail time or fines, stiff fines for anyone who would try to impose or start a Sharia court or impose any form of Sharia law in the state of Texas?
Trish, there is a bill that passed that prevented that from occurring that I know even Abbott has quoted, Eric, but I can't remember what the penalties are for it.
Well, all of our courts are the Constitution has to be in English, and it has to be. I mean, constitutional. Right. I mean, what I'm saying is that issue doesn't really exist. In our court system.
But there was also a bill that got passed that said it couldn't happen. Well, obviously, there's all the Constitution of the courts, and it's in English and all that.
Yeah, we've
already baked in the Constitution. But it's an interesting question, Trish. I'll have to get back to you because I don't know that off the top of my head.
I mean,
okay, because I'm looking for penalties.
That I understand. So we'll find out whether there's penalties or not. Okay, and because there is obviously, if somebody tried to do it, there would be a violation of law. Clearly, it would be struck down as not constitutional and it's against statute. But I don't know off the top of my head what that can be. All right. Well.
Okay.
All right.
Well,
have a great weekend. Don't talk to you. Have a great 4th.
From a legal perspective, it's not possible. So I don't.
What's not possible?
Sharia law being instituted in a public setting. I mean, they can have an internal Sharia law court, I suppose, amongst their members.
A voluntary. Participation
in a neighborhood,
a voluntary
in their neighborhood,
they
could whatever Sharia law is. Now, no one can define even what that means. I mean, what is it? I mean, what's against the law?
It's a broad scope because that's a broad, religious, axiom that's been used in the Muslim community for a long, long time.
Yeah, I mean, like the similarly. Drowning of witches. If the witch drowned, she wasn't a witch or something like whatever that was. Back
She
in
is
the
a
day.
witch if she
was.
If you throw a witch in the water and she drowns, she's a witch.
So that was from the Pilgrims.
No,
and
actually,
all that.
it was reversed. It was designed to be a no-win scenario.
So you cannot set. You cannot.
I don't. And now, what rabbit trail does that relate to? Anything?
Because you can't set up Sharia law in America. Under any circumstances that does anything. I mean,
now that I agree with, but we should check because I know the constitutionality of what you said, how the courts are set up, et cetera, in English, and I know a bill got passed. We'll see what.
Yeah, we'll find out, but it'd be shut down immediately. It's
now another legal question that we're going to address. We're going to do it right after the break. Is Fort Bend. Okay.
Yeah, that's an interesting question.
Right. Fort Bend, I think we've been following the saga of KP George, predicting that he was going to be actually indicted and convicted, and also that his switch to the Republican Party would fall flat.
That was welcomed for me.
Well,
my gift to you.
And
you can keep him.
And he's gone at this point, but we've got an authority online, which is the Fort Bend County GOP chair. The new one just got elected, Greg Barnes. We're going to be talking about this issue because it was like, hey, the appointed judge Daniel Wong, the Democrats were screaming, he has to go, he's got to go, and he didn't.
Well, the chair wants him to stay, I'm assuming. The
caller
wants him to stay. There must be legal authority for it.
Let's get him on the line after this.
Can't wait.
Right after we pay a few bills here on The Voice of Texas.
2683. That's 281-313-MOVE or directly at bakermortgage.com.
Equal housing lender. License 263213.
Got a question or comment for the Amigos? Call now.
And that's what we do every day on The Voice of Texas. We tell you the facts and where your money goes, especially when the three amigos rise into town. You got the tax man, the soul man, and the judge. And as promised, we've got a first-time caller and the new Republican Party sheriff from Fort Bend County, Greg Barnes. Hey, Greg, Eric and I will set this up about what's going on down there quickly for the listeners. And then you jump in with the comments. You've got basically a situation where KP George was clearly over his skis on criminality.
And when he was convicted.
A judge
removed him. Discretionarily removed him. He can do that, and he did it, okay?
Right. And appointed Daniel Wong.
This is where the fight is, I guess. Did he have the authority? I assume, Mr. Chair, he must have had the authority under statute to appoint someone in his stead.
Let me interrupt you a little bit here.
Yeah, go ahead.
So you're a little bit ahead of the timeline here, just today.
Well, this is a talk show, Greg, so,
There you go.
Rev it up.
Rev it up.
Yeah, in 1776. No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah,
when Eric was born.
By the way, I'm very
close. Thank you for having me on.
I was almost there, actually.
Well, I'm not far behind you. Trust me. I may be ahead of you even. So when Judge George was removed, when KP was removed, did not have anything to do with his criminal trial. Okay.
What was it for the?
All right. So, I'm going to take you back there.
Okay.
There was a civil suit that was filed.
Right. Okay.
By a speaker that appeared before the commissioner's court, and Judge George was apparently very rude to her. I honestly was not there that day, so I don't know. But anyway, she filed a civil suit against him. When it went to court, the judge agreed with her that, yes, he was out of line, and as part of his decision at that time, he said, not only am I going to agree with you, but I'm going to remove the judge from his position, and I'm going to appoint an interim judge to replace him.
Now, for true grit fans, that's bold talk for a one-eyed fat man, but that guy got shot up. All right, so the judge...
nonetheless, that's what happened.
So the judge
literally
puts in Daniel Wong.
When Judge Wong was appointed as judge in Fort Bend County. Now, we move forward...
There's been a criminal trial, and he pled guilty or whatever, or lost.
He didn't plead guilty. He went through a full trial phase and was found guilty.
What an idiot. Okay.
Hey, no comment there.
Well, he probably had a plea bargain to stay stepped down and also probation. He probably never even would have had jail time on a plea.
Once again, wasn't in the room with him, but would hazard a guess that might be true, but I also know that the sitting district attorney in Fort Bend County really wanted to make an example of him.
Well, we know that.
Middleton, right?
Correct.
Okay. All right.
Correct.
So
there is a.
So Greg, fast forward.
Part of that.
Greg.
As part of that criminal case.
Greg.
Part of that penalty phase.
Greg,
yes, go ahead.
Yeah, we're on minutes, and not double digits. Okay.
Okay. Gotcha.
All right.
Go
so
ahead.
we got to move forward. So all right. So KP George is a mess. He's sued civilly. He's got criminal problems. He's gone, and they appoint Daniel Wong. And once you're appointed, and because I know this, when people, even if they resign, they stay in place, hold until relieved, literally hold until replaced.
Correct.
So then there becomes histrionics from the county attorney, who says, well, this person needs to go. And then you've got Dexter, who is the Democrat opponent, who's on Commissioner's Court, who walks out of the meeting. So take us from there.
With Brady, two of them.
Yeah, with Brady. So take us from there, because normally people walk out over tax votes. I've never heard him walk out over who's the presiding officer.
Yeah, so there was at the Commissioners Court meeting yesterday, there was a motion that was put before that was actually gabbled in by Grady Prestridge, and he stated that the legal opinion of the county attorney was that he was no longer county judge, and they needed to vacate. And the 2 or 4 remaining commissioners voted on it. It was a 2-2 tie. Judge Wong did raise his hand and voted, even though they said he had no right to do that. But at that point in time, with no further discussion, the 2 Democrat commissioners walked out of the court.
Interesting.
Leaving 3. They could replace him. Could there have been a vote to replace him at that particular meeting?
At that time. And until Judge Wong is removed or replaced, he is the county judge in Fort Bend County.
How do you replace him, I guess, is the civics question.
I don't either.
Well, according to the law, he's replaced by a person being elected, or a court, I assume, could remove him and appoint a replacement.
Well, that's going to be the next step, right?
I'm not a lawyer.
Well, it'll be
so,
state law would apply, whatever the
Well, but here's...
Yeah, state...
But Greg's right. And by the way, folks, this is Greg Barnes, the GOP chair from Fort Bend County. All right, Greg's right. Okay, once you're in, you serve until you're replaced. That's the holdover law. So even if a judge said, some future judge said, no, he's out, he's going to serve until he's replaced. And really what's going to happen is the election's going to decide the replacement between Daniel Wong, who is the Republican nominee, and Dexter McCoy, I can always forget his last name. McCoy, who is the Democrat commissioner running for county judge. That's probably what's going to happen. Because even if some other judge stepped in over the other judge, you'd have to go an appellate level, and it'd take forever to get that done.
Because even if they sued now and the district court judge, you're out.
Yeah.
That appeal take.
Yeah, right.
I mean, it's going to be November anyway.
This was a pure political move. I get it, but it had nothing to do with anything other than politics.
Well, you understand
and
that, though.
It's a sad day when the people of Fort Bend County can't get their business done because of politics. But as they showed yesterday, they can get the business done. We have a great county judge, and we have 2 great Republican county commissioners, and they got the job done yesterday. That's all you need.
And Greg, and that's all you need, because you just need 3 people to show up, and they'll keep rolling.
That's it.
And rolling.
We have a
and
quorum.
rolling, and you got a quorum.
That's correct.
So it's not a well thought out walkout if it's permanent. If it's a one-time PR stunt, otherwise Dexter's going to be off the limelight for, let's see, what is it? How many months? July, September, August, October. He's going to be gone. He's out of the picture for 4 months. And any candidate worth the salt would realize that's stupid.
Well, they'd be better off going.
Hey, gentlemen, and I'll probably get shot by a lot of Democrats over this. I hope they come back and sit down and do the business of the county. That's what's important here.
Well,
Judge Wong is an honorable man, and they need to operate this county, which is severely.
as long as they have a quorum, can they still have a quorum?
They can, but I'll tell you this: there's a subplot here where Dexter McCoy has put some pretty unsavory stuff up about Daniel Wong, making jokes. I think the best way I would describe this about, where's Daniel Wong from? Effectively, now he's a Chinese American. And
they're traveling down that road.
And in that county, Eric, that is not just dumb. That's El Stupido.
Oh, sure.
It is like off the charts bad politics. So, Greg, it doesn't sound like they're doing the right thing for public policy, and I don't think they're doing the right thing for politics. But I'll give you the last word, Greg. Okay.
Yeah. Bottom line, gentlemen, is that no one deserves that. Daniel Wong is here. He chose to be an American, and a lot of people can't say that. And he's been an honorable man. He came here with nothing and has built a successful business, and he can do the same thing as far as fixing the money problems in Fort Bend County. And Dexter McCoy owes Daniel Wong an apology for that. It's just wrong.
I second the motion, Greg. You're absolutely right. Greg, we got to have you back. Keep us up on what's going on. And congratulations on your election. And or condolences if you have to deal with.
It could well be that.
Yeah,
It's
right.
been an exciting few days.
Yeah, nothing like being a party chairman. You're the only person. You and Cindy Siegel are on the hot seat as the two big swing counties in the state, and the only people that make less than even El Senador. All right, all right, great. Great weekend. Happy 4th to you, Greg. We'll have you back.
Thank you, gentlemen.
You bet.
All right. Let's see what good news Eric can conjure up.
Yeah, and then
inflation was at
some
4.1%.
good music. I don't know about good news.
And we got a couple of Supreme Court decisions this week, and the big one coming up.
We're waiting for the big bomb.
We
to
may
drop.
get it. We don't know. Probably Monday or Tuesday.
And we don't know if we got a shot at the El Supreme, Lieutenant Governor Patrick getting out of the Oval Office in time to be able to call us by 6. But get your calls in time anyway. 281-558-5738. 281-558-KSEV or pound KSEV is free for those Verizon callers. The Three Amigos will be back after this on the Voice of Texas.
Texas, the Chris Salcedo Show.
You are not that qualified to do what you do.
So you think I'm not qualified to do what I do? What do you base that on? Is it because I'm a Latino? Is it because I'm a conservative?
What are your qualifications? Well, I attended Juilliard. I'm a graduate of Harvard Business School. I travel quite extensively. I lived through the Black Plague, and I had a pretty good time during that. Now what do you think?
Chris Salcedo, the most qualified talk show host in America. The Voice of Texas.
I've been talking for years about Chip Beresford and the Pine Box and saving money during one of life's most difficult times, the death of a loved one. Now, Chip is taking his revolutionary low price, high value concept to the service side of funerals and cremations with Beresford Funeral Service. Call Chip at 1-888-PINE-BOX or visit thepinebox.com. Chip not only saves people money on caskets, he now offers affordable funerals and cremations with his own funeral home. The average cost of a simple funeral today can easily exceed $10,000. At Beresford's Funeral Service, families now can save thousands of dollars on funerals and cremations without sacrificing quality or dignity. Haven't you lost enough already? When that time comes, call Chip at 1-888-PINE-BOX or visit thepinebox.com. That's Chip at 1-888-PINE-BOX or visit pinebox.com.
Plumbing emergencies never happen at a convenient time. Usually they happen on the weekends, holidays, or while you're away on vacation. I'm Richard Sod, president of Nick's Plumbing. When you find yourself facing a plumbing emergency, call the licensed and experienced professionals at Nick's Plumbing and Sewer Services. Nick's Plumbing has been Houston's first choice for all your plumbing needs since 1979. Our experts can take your most difficult plumbing issues and fix them fast, fix them right, and usually for less than you'd expect. Nick's Plumbing and Sewer Services is the right choice for any plumbing job, from a leaky faucet, whole house repipe, or a complete sewer line replacement. You can count on Nick's Plumbing to do the job right. With over 40 years in business and over 150,000 satisfied customers, Nick's wants to be your plumbing company. Nick's Plumbing offers free estimates and free second opinions. Call Nick's Plumbing and Sewer Services, 713-868-9907, or visit us on the web, nicksplumbing.com.
MPL 38548.
Call Nick's Plumbing today. We're on the way.
Tune in to the Ray Massey Reverse Mortgage Show each Friday at 1 p.m. and Saturdays at 3 p.m. with Treybo Mortgage. Or call Ray directly at 855-266-1600 or online at reversemortgages4texans.com.
Got a question or comment for the Amigos? Call now.
My beautiful balloon.
Oh, happy birthday, Billy Davis, the fifth dimension.
And for those people who are not listening to the music,
on.
tell them what the song is.
It's
up and away by the fifth dimension.
This is Marilyn McCoo,
Billy Davis and Marilyn McCoo, fifth dimension.
Right. Awesome.
David Clayton Thomas. We
The
remember him.
We
remember him. Passed away, I think, yesterday. I'm not
wheels
positive, but I think yesterday.
Go round.
I got something I'm closing with that you're going to like, man. You've never liked things, but I think you're going to like it. When I die and when I'm gone, we rest in peace, David Clayton Thomas. We will remember you when you die.
I always like that song.
James
Friends.
Burrows.
The
James
theme to
Burrows,
Friends.
the director, he directed,
The
produced
entire.
Friends, which we're doing right now.
You know they're making millions just off the residuals.
Taxi.
Yeah, oh yeah.
Taxi.
All right.
Remember Taxi?
Sure.
Fun. But my favorite that he directed, you may not know he did this, but my favorite. Are you ready? Well, not quite yet.
Okay.
Cheers. Did you know he directed Cheers?
I did not.
Friends, Taxi, and Cheers. Can you imagine?
Well, you know what's interesting is that the nexus of good comedy is in just a few people and the shops that write.
Oh, sure.
And-
The Reiners.
Right. But the idea of being able to have like 2 or 3 plots that are going on simultaneously and crash together is a technique that most of Hollywood has lost.
So,
but it was Frasier, Cheers,
Frasier.
all this, right?
I want to get to the Supreme Court decisions.
I will,
in a
but
second.
No, Ben, let
do
him
you
finish.
prefer-
Ben,
Go ahead.
Do you prefer theme music? I love the last one we played.
Personally, I like McHale's Navy
What
and
about
Gilligan's
MASH?
Island.
Oh my God, I agree. But gee, you think
like MASH?
you
I mean-
think he's
No, not
retro?
really.
You just became retro.
But where I was segging with that comment about Supreme Court was that
Oh.
we're looking for a theme song for the station. All right.
Oh, okay.
So we ready with it? All right. We're gonna play a couple of. We'll see what you guys think. Okay.
See, they sandbagged us, Eric.
Yeah, they did. I mean,
Tell me when. This is the first one. Okay.
I mean, bump music or just
No,
regular-
like a theme song.
It's a
for-
kicker song. It's a dancing song.
No, it's not country.
It is country.
What do you think of that one? Oh, here's another one.
I like more of the guitar riff.
Next.
I like Sweet Caroline.
Too mellow.
Yeah, too mellow. Next.
I need Neil Diamond.
Okay, this might be
Okay,
good.
this
I like this one. It's not
one.
bad.
Everybody's heads are going
coming
yeah,
in. No,
yeah,
everybody
yeah,
gets
yeah.
moving on that.
Now, I want a little patriotic theme in there somewhere.
All right,
I like that one.
That one's good.
What's the next one?
That's a good one. I like the previous one. This is
I
not
like
bad.
the other one
This is
better.
not
I like
bad.
the first. I like the other one. The
I like the
last
other
one.
one.
Number
Last-
4?
Number 4.
Number 4.
Number 4.
Well,
See, it builds.
Yeah,
man.
it does.
It builds.
It does.
It builds. Okay.
I kind of like it.
yeah, not bad. Not bad.
Yeah.
All right.
Where's Lieutenant Dan? I was going to play it for
Well,
The homage to Forrest Gump.
Not bad. Okay.
that could be a secondary.
Work
tune.
on that one, Craig.
I like the.
All right,
the-
Like 4.
I like 4.
Work
4
on
is
that
a
one.
build.
Could I hear 4 again?
See, it builds, Ben. I like it. Starts off and then it builds up and builds
KSEV.
up. and builds up, yeah.
700.
It
The
builds,
voice.
yeah, Texas.
Yeah.
All right. And we don't know where the general is. I know
like
where the,
this.
I know where the
Where he is. You know
general
where he
list
is.
where he is. I think he's still in the Oval Office because I think Brooke Rollins was meeting after that, so I think he got sucked into another one. All right. Ben, do we have anything else?
Yeah, well, we've got
the
what do we
Supreme
got?
Court rulings.
Oh, yeah. So we had those Supreme Court rulings earlier in the week. I don't think any big surprises,
two
even though the left
two immigration cases?
went nuts. One is temporary, temporary status.
No,
that
because
means temporary.
The executive has to have the ability to override
and the
that,
law
right.
specifically says you can't challenge it in court. The powers explicitly given to the Secretary of Homeland
No
Security.
one's fussing. I
Right.
mean,
The other one,
And then
a
the
little
next
bit more. This one is, I think, very consequential if Joe Biden were to ever try this one again.
Well, I
And
don't
that-
think he's coming back, Ben, but that's just a guess.
Yes, I know that. But this one says that if an asylum seeker is stopped from entering the United States, in other words, if he's on the other side of the border,
you can stop him.
you can stop him, and just because he says asylum claim doesn't mean he doesn't get it. He's got to be in the United States to make the asylum claim.
Oh.
That's what they're saying.
Well, that's probably true.
I mean, it's probably accurate.
It's probably technically
Well, it's
accurate,
called
right.
metering, and that's how Trump has managed to cut off these asylum
And that's
claims.
how, by the way, historically, when they opened the floodgates to Cubans, but when they started to close
foot
it,
on the soil.
foot on,
Foot on
They
the
had,
and
they
that's
had to have 1 foot.
So
and
here,
yeah,
here's
right.
the big one. Sometime in the next day or 2 or 3, no, probably by Tuesday,
No,
we'll get the.
Why Tuesday? I thought it
Well,
was.
I think they're done.
I know they're done.
Birthright citizenship.
Okay.
They'll release that next week, right?
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. I think Trump goes down on this one. I'm with you, Paul.
I hope so. It sure would be chaos if
I
they
don't think they're going to change the existing rules.
It's very. I mean, there's so much already in. They'd have to. What's it called when you overdo precedent that's been there for a long time?
Stare decisis.
Yeah, that's it. Right. Okay.
Well, it would be so disruptive. It may. Golly, can you imagine?
But there is a fraud element that should be addressed. Like if somebody, comes to the United States for the express purpose of having their child here. I mean,
Ben, but that's what's called legislation. You have to write something. You have to pass a law.
The question is it constitutional?
Okay. Well, but you still have to pass a law to put all that granularity out there.
Yeah, but even if they pass the law, would it be constitutional? Whatever they said, yes or no.
But this law has been on the books, and people are registered.
It's not a law. It's not a law. It's an amendment. It's a derivation of a Chinese immigrant case. 100 years ago.
On Chinese exclusion laws that occurred in the 1880s.
Yes.
But it goes back, the underpinning is all back to the amendment,
24th Amendment and everything.
No, I thought it was 15th.
15th, sorry.
Right, okay. All right, now, by the way, if you missed it and you're on your way home, yes, the Iranians did take 4 shots at tankers. The American forces knocked down 3. 1 shot got through. It hit a non-quote allied ship. We don't know what that means.
It was a cargo vessel.
And the Gulf still stays closed.
And
the straits are closed. They're still closed.
I don't know that's true, Eric. There are ships that are coming out of there on a daily basis, 20 to 25 a day, but they're not to the 120 a day.
Probably
it's not wide open. It's just choked down.
Ben, a lot of that is the ships that have been parked. They're trying to get them out.
Yeah, sure. And then there were a couple headed in to pick up LNG cargoes that stopped, that haven't gone in until they clear this up.
The Trumpster did pop them back, and
which he didn't have a choice. Absolutely, he should cut off their money,
and that's what the next step you would think would be.
Right, because that's what they want.
They shouldn't get a dime.
Check. I agree. I agree.
Let's take some calls.
I remember the
calls.
The hit I took with Obama when he gave him $10.52. You guys went crazy.
All right, Pablo, you're up on the Voice of Texas. Come on, Paul.
Yeah, I'm gonna throw a curveball here for my second point. The first point is, as y'all just mentioned, Ben, you said I don't like Trump. Trump's done a lot of good things. But this is one thing.
Whoa! Stop!
I may have said
must
that,
have been
but
Eric.
I could have been Eric. I mean,
matter
of fact, hey, Paul, I've been waiting.
Stop, Uncle Paul. Stop. Uncle Paul will adjudicate this. He might have said it on. He didn't like a specific policy, but he's never said it on the Trumpster. All right, so go next, Paul.
Right. So, but the thing is, because with Iran, there's no mulligan. There's no second chance. You gotta get it right the first time. So I hope this is Iran's stepping over the line and Trump, because you can't tell me they don't have the intelligence on where the IRGC barracks are. They got Soleimani.
Well,
Paul, Soleimani was the head of the IRGC.
Paul, you're absolutely right. And whatever they
so
hit
they've got
back,
the intelligence. That's what they need to go after is the IRGC and make glass out of the coast on the Straits of Hormuz. Just level it.
It would be,
and they also
I had that in my
go back
street
to using the CIA, what Reagan did, and using the CIA to arm the.
Okay, Paul, we're running out of time. Paul, we're running out of time. Get to your curveball because Ben had it in his street.
Okay, my curveball is the Constitution, the 14th Amendment, under the jurisdiction of, and illegal aliens are not under the jurisdiction of the United States. They're illegal. So that trumps, to use the pun, everything.
All right, we'll find Paul, we'll find out. Paul, we got to go. Paul, I love him, but it's just wow. Okay, we'll wait to see what happens when we actually get the ruling. All right, let's take a break and turn and burn with Soul Man. Get your calls in 281-558-5738. Join Jimmy X at 281-558-KSEV or pound KSEV. It's free for those Verizon callers. Three Amigos will be back after this on the Voice of Texas.
You're listening to the Amigos on the Voice of Texas.
Graybeard here, radio show host and solar broker. I host a show called SolarWise, heard right here on Saturday at 8 a.m. on the Voice of Texas, KSEV. And listen, this Saturday we're going to be talking about a brand new program. Imagine getting solar and 3 batteries with 60,000 watt hours of storage. Imagine getting all of that with no money out of your pocket, no debt in your name. It's not a lease. There's no loan, and it's all underwritten by a company owned by Shell Energy. You're going to want to know about this program. I can share some information with you right now if you text NEW on your smartphone to 84503. Key that 84503 number in, and then just text NEW. Or, better yet, join me this Saturday at 8 a.m. right here on KSEV, the Voice of Texas, AM 700. You're not going to want to miss this, especially if you've been solar curious. Text NEW to 84503.
This is Kevin O'Hara with O'Hara & Company Real Estate. Our country's founding fathers drafted a document that is the Declaration of Independence. We hold these truths to be self-evident, that all men are created equal, that they are endowed by their Creator with certain unalienable rights, that among these are life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. To secure these rights, governments are instituted among men, deriving their powers from the consent of the governed. My friends at O'Hara & Company Real Estate, we believe we're at a precipice in time where we must take back our country. We must stand up for our freedoms or lose them forever. Please don't sit idle and let it slip away. Don't let anyone force you to do something you choose not to. As JFK said, if not us, who? If not now, when? If you're looking to buy or sell real estate, give O'Hara & Company Real Estate a call at 281-373-3393, 281-373-3393, or look us up on the web at o'harare.com. I'm Kevin O'Hara. God bless America, and God bless Texas.
Dan Patrick for my friend Louis Flory and Ability Tree Experts.
Spring is here and summer just around the corner, which means it's time to deep root fertilize your trees in addition to spraying for insects and disease. Let Ability Trees help maintain their value and repair all damage. Fed and pruned tree will be less susceptible to wind damage and uprooting. Caring for the beautiful and valuable trees on your property that you can't replace should be done by experts. And the experts I use, it's very clear. It's Ability Tree Experts and Louis Flory, my friend for over 40 years. Gosh, this guy is the pro when it comes to taking care of trees. You know, pruning is important for the health of your trees, and pruning limits resistance to spring storms and allows the sun and fresh air into the canopy. Trees can be in distress several months without showing any signs, so don't wait to protect your investment at 281-441-4179, 281-441-4179, or visit their website at abilitytrees.com. Right now, Ability Trees is giving a deep root feeding with every tree pruned. Ability Trees, Houston's leading tree care professional.
Got a question or comment for the Amigos? Call now. 281-558-5738. That's 281-558-5738.
How do you like this one?
That's going to be your new bump?
Sounding good. No. We're talking about
it may be our
radio station. KSEV, the Voice of Texas. Welcome back.
Not with that lingo.
Welcome back.
No.
It's Friday afternoon.
No. That's right.
All right, folks, you're listening to the Three Amigos.
Where do I
on
tender my
700
resignation?
KSEV.
Well,
Right here.
You would tender it to the generalissimo, but it doesn't look like he's going to be able to call.
well, then
in.
I can't then.
All right,
Oh,
because
all
I
right.
think my guess is he got stuck in the Oval Office, which is a good thing.
Which is a good thing.
Probably with our good friend Brooke Rollins, because they've both been on Fox News today.
All right, I am Ben Strusan, the Stru with the View. That's the tax man, Paul Betancourt, liberal lefty judge, Eric Yandel. This is 700 KSEV, 1540 KGBC, we hope.
We
and,
think.
of course, streaming live.
That's what I want you to tell us.
YouTube, Twitter,
Rumble,
Facebook, Rumble,
Rumble.
and other platforms I don't even know. I can't even call. Let's take our buddy Jimmy X's.
Absolutely.
Are you clipless at this point?
I think we used them all, didn't we?
Did you
I was
not
trying
find
to.
the one clip?
Oh, you found Tallarico? Play it, sure.
Play it. Let's do it.
Another Tallarico?
Well, the one we were missing.
Then we'll get
Our
Jimmy.
trans community needs abortion care too.
There we go. Play it again.
Our trans community needs abortion care too.
One more time.
Our trans community needs abortion care too.
He said our trans community needs abortion care too.
He just misspoke.
Oh, I'll give Eric a ringing bell for what is the best.
Play the border one again, Craig. Can you
No.
play the border one? Because he thinks that is
That's
effective.
a bad
Our southern border should be like our front porch. There should be a giant welcome mat out front.
Killer.
Yeah, South Texas.
I'd
I'd like to hear a lot of that in Paxton ads.
We may get South Texas back, but not with that rhetoric, because South Texas is not on that page.
They're not on that page. All right, let's get Jimmy X because he's always on our page. Jimmy, glad you could join us.
All right, so the intro said, got a question or a comment? Call the Amigos.
Is this a question or a comment?
That's good. That's good, Jimmy.
So, I have both. So the great moderate independent Bill King was on earlier, and I want to remind the listening audience what Bill King said several weeks ago on What's Your Point, where he said that Tallarico has only said about 4 or 5 things that were controversial. Which I thought was hilarious.
That's per day. That's per day. Because we're gonna keep
every
documenting
week
them.
Another clip surfaces about things that he has said. And so
the guys that are
Yeah, I don't think Bill King is voting for Paxton.
No, see, that's it, Ben. The bottom line, there's an anti-Paxton vote, okay, and it is out there. And among independents, especially, they do not want to vote for Paxton.
They will not.
And they will overlook one mistake by Tallarico after the next until finally there's some type of schism in the universe.
But I'm not sure they vote for Paxton, though. I think they may stay home.
Is there a third
if they're
party in that
disaffected.
race?
I don't know.
wonder.
There always is. Some
Yes.
Oh, there is,
Yes.
Jimmy?
And
who is it?
And that's the next comment because John Cornyn has endorsed that person.
What?
And my question to
Really?
you.
When was that?
When was that? I haven't heard this.
Guys, it was like 2 weeks ago. 2 weeks ago.
No.
Cornyn set out and said,
Craig, check that right now.
Look it up.
Yeah, we'll
Look it up.
We'll look it up.
Well,
it doesn't fit with.
Who is it that he would have endorsed?
That will hurt Tallarico.
I don't know the name, but I do know that both Salcedo and Chris X have both spoken about this issue.
I haven't heard it.
And
but
my question to
hold
you-
on, Jimmy. If the Amigos hadn't said it, if Craig Collins hadn't said it, if it hasn't been authorized, it's not gold yet. It's got to be gold approved. Gold has to be approved.
Well,
all right, we'll find
my
out.
question to you and Ben is: are you disappointed that Cornyn, who you supported, has now turned his back on his promise?
I didn't support Cornyn.
Good, Ben. I appreciate that because you're the.
Okay. And by the way, I didn't
the guy
either.
on the right.
I'm the smart one, yeah.
Okay.
Oh, thanks, Judge. Yeah. well, that's so,
Now, by the way, Jimmy, okay, in that race, the mission that the Generalissimo put us on with, obviously he was the lead, was to try to get Paxton to support Cornyn and Cornyn to support Paxton. Now, Paxton immediately said yes. And I think Lieutenant Governor asked Cornyn 3 times. And when I had John on the radio, I asked him 3 times. Okay. So that was the mission.
Yeah, and Cornyn's answer, because I remember this explicitly, was, I will support the Republican nominee.
No, he
That's
didn't.
what
No. Ben, that turned out, we went back and looked at the tape. That's not exactly what he said.
I'm going to go back
He
and
would
look
said
again.
he would said he
That's what
would
I remember.
consider doing that, but he never got across the line.
Or maybe he said the Republican ticket. Maybe he said just
he
generically
did say
the
the ticket, but he didn't talk.
He's never going to
specifically.
support Paxton.
Yeah,
But,
no, I don't believe it.
But I'd love to run this rumor to ground. Craig, did you find anything about it? I haven't seen
the rumors.
Jimmy, we'll check with the other
I
hosts.
hadn't seen it either.
But
But ask GPT. Just
Yeah.
ask ChatGPT.
So, okay, Jimmy, we got to run. To give you the last 20 seconds. Go.
well, thank you for correcting you. It was the 14th Amendment because you guys were about to be the 3 Musketeers saying it was the 15th
Okay.
and 26th Amendment. It's the 14th Amendment, guys. Birthright.
That's because Eric was talking about the 25th.
Well, it's okay. They were talking the 24th. I tried to get them as close to what I thought the number was as fast as I could, Jimmy. Listen, have a great weekend and happy 4th.
Thank you, Jimmy.
to you.
Happy 4th,
Right?
Jimmy.
Happy 4th.
Hey, have fun down in your college. That'll be cool. Yeah, I remember you're going down there.
Yeah, right. All right. So anyway, Ben, you've got a lot of good golf.
I'm hoping
I
so.
want everybody to take a really good, long holiday enjoy the nation's 250th. Not going to happen another time. So get out and enjoy it for these next couple of weeks.
I know Eric will never live to see the next one.
No, he's
250.
Well, he's already 1/3 of 250. He's hanging in for more.
I'm hanging in.
Good night. God bless.
Voice of Texas, AM 700 KSEV Tomball, and AM 1540 KGBC Galveston.
Calling it a foolish violation of the ceasefire